I was born and raised on a farm in Del Rapids, South Dakota. When I graduated from high school, my dad expected that I was going to farm with him. And I said, well, I really would like to get my military service out of the way first. So I enlisted in the Air Force, went through 12 weeks of boot camp, got ready to be processed into the next phase, and the physicians discovered that I had perforated eardrums and that I wasn't meant to be in the military. So I got a bus ticket and was sent home. When I got home, I said, you know, I'd like to take a week or so and go visit some of our cousins because my mom was from the western part of the state of South Dakota. So I drove out there and visited with one of my cousins, and he had had a back injury and was looking for an alternative to farming. So he had went to cosmetology school at Stewart's in Sioux Falls. He said, well, what are you going to do now? And I said, well, I'm not 100% sure. I said, my dad wants me to farm, but you know, I think that I'd like to do something maybe different than that. And he said, oh my God, I think you'd be great at this. So I went down the following day and visited with the Stewart brothers and enrolled in school. Went home and told my dad that I was thinking about going to cosmetology school. And of course he said, oh, you gotta be kidding. You're gonna be a hairdresser? So I enrolled at Stewart's, and the Stewart family were phenomenal mentors to me. We had some wonderful times. I ended up going to work for them in one of their salons. After a couple years in the salon, they had bought a school in Davenport, Iowa, and David, who was my primary mentor, had talked to me about whether I'd be interested in teaching, and I said, sure, you know, where? And he said, Davenport. What do you think of that? I said, yeah, where is it? And he talked to me about, you know, are you serious with anybody? And I said, yeah, I've been dating somebody that I'm fairly serious about. And anyhow, he said, well, like, how serious? And I said, what difference does it make, you know? And he said, well, you know, it'd really be better if you're going to go into teaching in this career if you were married because of all the young girls. So I went home and talked to my current wife, and always wife, about the fact that, you know, I had this opportunity and what would she think about moving to Davenport? And she says, we're not even engaged or anything. And I said, well, yeah, I know, but if we were, would you be interested in moving? She said, I'd have no problem with that. That was in early November. We got engaged on Thanksgiving, got married January 20th, and moved on the 21st. So I worked for Stewart's then in Davenport for a couple years. I had spoken with them about if I had an opportunity to do something, since they were not going to expand in the beauty business in the near future, would that be acceptable with them? And they said, yeah, you know, if you find an opportunity that you think is right for you, we won't stand in your way. I started calling beauty schools, and on my 21st call, it was to Mr. Terry in Dubuque. And he said, yeah, he said, I've been thinking about selling. We proceeded to put together a deal. We executed the purchase and started growing the business from there. When we took over the school, and that was February 20th of 1966, there were 13 students enrolled and there were 2 staff people.
We had very long clinic days. You could schedule yourself for 40 hours a week or 48 hours a week.
We would teach on like Tuesday mornings or Wednesday mornings, and the rest of the week was clinical time.
Fridays we attended school from 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night. We wore polyester uniforms.
Teaching, I wore hot pants and I wore platform shoes.
We really looked quite fashionable.
I think what makes Capri special is the fact that my dad started something that was based on building a school that cares about each and every student, and not only their skill level, not only where they're going to work, but about them as a person and developing them into the most successful person that they can be.
We try to be cutting edge. We try to make sure that we are giving the students the tools that they need to market themselves in the workplace.
The students see how much the staff care about them, and I think that takes them a little bit farther in their education, because they know that we really care about their education and we really care about their success.
Not only are the Fegans great, but every other family that works here, and they all embed themselves into our families. And it really shows every day that they truly care.
As a student, I have really enjoyed this place. Their dedication to education was just phenomenal, and the instructors that worked with me, I really felt cared about me, and I feel like they're the best in the industry.
I see how a lot of people make really close friends while they're at Capri, and then they continue in life to remain friends.
Some people may look at cosmetology as just styling hair, but we know there's a lot more to it. You touch people's souls and hearts, you counsel them, they look out for you, and you develop lifelong relationships.
What makes Capri's special? The people, the students, the staff, the guests that come in, they just delight us. It's like coming into work and talking to your friends.
The impact that Capri has on the lives of its students is extremely life-changing. We've seen students that were going down the wrong path and chose to come to school to change their lives, and they turned around and are actually extremely successful.
Capri has taught a lot of students to be very confident.
I think the students, the education that they get here, the values that the owners have, makes Capri students stand out above the rest.
To me, there's just no question, if you're looking for a school that's going to teach cosmetology, aesthetics, massage therapy, nail tech, this is where you'd go.
The instructors and the staff here have really worked hard in making everyone's personal lives as easy as possible so that this can be a fun and special place.
Capri has been a foundation, not only in my career, but in my home, in my family, the way I live my life, the ethics behind the company, the family-run business. It's my home away from home. Doing what I love, that saying is definitely what I do every day.
My family has been involved with the company, you know, from the time they were big enough to want to earn a buck.
It's very unique to come into a business that has father and children, and to watch it develop over the years.
The students feel like family, the staff feel like family. There's never a time where you're uncomfortable. You immediately, when you walk in these doors, feel that sense of family and togetherness.
This is a family who comes in here and actually gets involved with everything. I've seen Chuck, who owns the school and is the head of the school, sweeping up hair. I've come in and seen him talking to teachers, to students, to clients. I think that that's probably one of the most important things. Besides being a family-owned school, it's a family who's invested in the school. The Fegan family, starting with Chuck, and all the kids included, are the kindest. They truly care about the staff. They really care about the students. And I think probably most importantly is that they care about this industry.
When we are willing to provide the opportunity for people to use the potential they have, I think that does make them feel like part of the family. Every family member has a different gift that they bring to the table. And the same thing with our staff and our students. And I believe that probably the reason that they feel like family is because we feel like they're family. Without them, we don't survive. We have nothing to sell if we don't have outstanding staff, we don't have students to teach, we don't have clients to work on, we don't have anything to sell. It's not like we're making widgets or washers, we're making people in their futures.
Capri celebrating its 50th year shows the endurance of Chuck Fegan and the strive that he had a vision, he had a dream, and it's just going to keep continuing.
I think it indicates to anybody who's paying attention that any school that has lasted 50 years has to be doing something right. I think the fact that we have such outstanding students doing so many wonderful things, and the most important thing of all is they are doing what they love. And that is what our motto is.
You have to be very good at what you do for a long time to be around that long. It's pretty amazing, and I think it speaks volumes to the different staff members that you have on, as well as the family that has owned it.
Well, in the world we live in today, it's difficult for any business to survive for 50 years, and so for Capri to not only survive, but to grow and thrive in that kind of environment is just almost unheard of.
And if it's been here for 50 years, it can be here for longer and continue to produce great people.
Congratulations, Capri College, 50 years. Amazing.
Hey Capri, I'm so excited for you celebrating 50 magical years in this business. I wish you 50 more.
Happy anniversary, Capri. I am so thrilled to be part of this, and I expect you to go for another 50 years, and I'll do my best to attempt to show up for that one. Perhaps not in person, but I'll give it a shot.
Happy anniversary, Capri. Congratulations on 50 wonderful years, and here's to 50 more.
And when we have great schools like Capri, it just makes everything much easier. So best wishes to you for another 50 years and beyond.
Happy 50th anniversary, Capri. Love you.
I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything that you did for me and everything you taught me.
Dad, I just want you to know that what you have done for the last 50 years means so much to your family, to your Capri family, and to your immediate family. And I promise you, and your 6 kids, all of us promise you, that we will uphold your legacy, and we will always, always, always promise to have the most hireable graduates in the country, the most successful graduates in the country, and we will forever take care of our staff and our students the way that you've always intended.
The staff from currently back to 1966 have been the core that have produced the Capri College business and reputation. And I'm just incredibly grateful to them for all of the contributions that they've made.